So what I wanted to do today was give you a method for chipping. I'm going to break it down to three parts, simple as possible, and something you can take to the course and practice. So let's start with the first one. The first one is the club face. And the club probably. This is my 54. If you're chipping with a 60, you've either fucked up or you don't know how to chip. The 60 degree or the 58 degree is only there for emergencies only. You should be able to chip just as well with any other club, bar that. So I want you to try and make a commitment to say, I'm only going to use my 56, my 54, and my 52 to chip with. The higher your handicap, the lower that should be. Number one. The second part of number one, let's go with that. The second part, and this is the part I have the most bounce back on because I seem to be telling everybody the same thing. Open the fucking club face. That's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Open it to 1 o'clock. Now by that I don't mean go, all right, now I'm open. Open the club face, take your grip. Your thumb should be on the left-hand side of the logo of your grip. 1 o'clock. Let's go through the reasons why. So, technology-wise, the biggest change in the last 5 years has been in wedges. Because all of a sudden, all of us people have access to the clever wedges that the pros have. And it comes down to the sole design. In the old days, one of the pros would come to us and we grind the back off. And that allows them to open the club face and let the club face bounce through the grass. Because the part we have to remember is that all you give a shit about in the short game is how the club head hits the ground. Forget about the ball. Seriously, just forget about it. If you're sitting there trying to figure out how you're going to hit the ball, then you're in the wrong park. It's all about how you hit the ground. That's why as an A grader, I like ground that's like this turf. Tight lie, hard, bouncy, perfect. Chipping off shit that's all bouncy and spongy, fuck that. So, open the club face. The more you open it, the more bounce you have. Look up on eBay, look up on Google what bounce is, but basically the more you open the club face, the less it's going to dig into the ground. And you can test this. Go outside with a club in your backyard, take your club face, close it a couple of degrees, hit the ground. It'll dig into the ground. Now open it, do exactly the same shot, it'll glide through like there's no tomorrow. Rule number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is open the fucking club face. It's not going to go violently right, you're not going to hosel it, you're not going to hit it right, it's not going to thin it. Just open the fucking club face. Just do it. Be done with it. Easy. Number 1, open the club face. Number 2, stance. So, dump the club for a minute. Stand up straight, feet inside your shoulders. Take your front foot, fan it out. 10 degrees, 15 degrees, I don't give a shit. Just fan it out a little bit. As you fan out, your weight instantly goes left. You'll start feeling the weight of your body, or pressure if you like, in the ball of your front foot. It just happens by itself. Now the special sauce. Once you've got that feeling, I want you to grab your back foot, move it back 2, 3, 4 inches. And what that does is it pushes your weight forward that little bit more. And then when you grab the club, you can see how my weight's over my front side. And it's very easy to keep it there. All right? Go through it again. Feet shoulder width apart, or inside the shoulders. Fan out the front foot, moves your weight into the ball of your left foot. Take your right foot, pull it back 2 or 3 inches, just so you feel a balance on that front foot, and keep it there. That's it. That will keep your weight here. Because what would happen in the old days, you set up, fan the front foot open, you go open, instantly my weight's back, and people are giving it this shit. Hinge and hold, that fucking horrible shit that they did in the 80s. Right, fanned out, back foot back a touch, weights forward. That's your setup sorted. That's all you got to do. Last step, this. Point the club in front of you so it's horizontal to the ground. armpits or elbow pits facing out. Bring it back so the top of your bicep touches the top of your left pec. Let it drop. First thing you'll notice is you're a lot fucking closer to the floor than you were before, and you'll be taller. So to make you feel a bit more comfier, drop your shoulder blades. Not like this, just drop them so they sit on the back of your arm, on the back of your back, on the back of your back, on the back of your back. Forward, drop them, just so they sit more balanced, I think is the best way of putting it. Arms in front, tuck them in, let it drop. You will feel very crowded because the ball is right below your nose, much like a putt. So all we want to do now is Jason Day the shit out of it. No hands, no upsy downsy, no lefts, no ins, no outs. Just in your forearms, I want you to swing your forearms back, forearms through. That's it. You'll be able to hit pretty much any shot on the planet by doing this. In, open, wait into that front foot, pick it up, hit your shot. So, why are we doing it this way? Let's go on to why. The further you are away from the ball, the more you've got this shit. This shit, where your arms and wrists can come and your fingers and all this crap can jump in, fucks your short game. Butchers it. The more I get you to decock your hands and leave it in front of you, the more it becomes like a putt. And then the only thing you can do is give it a little bit of that. Got it? There's no this, there's no this, there's no this, there's no pushing, there's no going out. We simply, in front, let it drop, feel like you're smothering the ball, pick it up, hit the chip shot. You can play this shot out to about 40 meters. You'll see Jason Day do it all the way that way. There is no cock, there is no block, there's none of this, there's no drive. It's just forearms back, forearms through. The other thing you'll notice is the butt of the club is always pointing to my left hip. In, always points to my left hip. There are some more advanced stuff on this, which I'm not going to go on to. If you're one of the lower markers in the group and you want some more advanced stuff, just come and ask me. Stand up straight. Right foot back. My weight instantly goes left. We simply keep it there. Arms back, arms through. The ball will come out high, it'll come soft, and it won't release that much because of the height. And there's a bit of spin on it. Another way of thinking about the downswing is what we call maintaining the Y. So you create the Y with your hands and the club shaft, and then all we're going to do is keep that Y. So straight back, there's no wrists in it, there's no cocking of the wrists, there's nothing. It's just take it back, take it through. So stand over the top of the bitch, here. I've still got the Y here, and I've still got the Y here. I'm trying to keep the Y with my two forearms. Second part of this is I want you to look at my upper body, and my biceps stay on my chest. There is none of this, and there's none of this. I'm simply using my chest to take it back and through. So my body is just doing this. Nick Faldo in a video from, was it fucking 1988, he'd say, right shoulder up, right shoulder down. And that's exactly what we're doing. And that's 88. It's 40 years ago. Right shoulder up, right shoulder down. The ball's sort of going up about, I'd say about 3-4 meters in the air. I'm looking at the track man to the left of me. Let's have a little chat about the downswing. The issue you guys all have with the downswing is you're trying to hit the ball. We're not going to hit the ball. We're going to let the club drop and let the ball get in the way. 2 points to this. If you start adding your fingers and your wrists to hit the golf shot, you've got no distance control, because what you do here when you're under pressure is a lot different to you on a Thursday afternoon giving it the nice one. So we take this methodology, we stand over the ball, it takes the hit out of it. But this is what I want you to do for distance control. And this is the part you guys are going to love if you get it right. Because you'll be able to just pick the club up and let it drop. And you'll be able to do it slowly. Not have the club head dig on you. Ball comes out high, soft, and rolls to the hole. But I want you to feel more of the club head dropping. We don't want the fingers, the wrists to do anything. It really is set up, drop the club. Don't hit it, don't swing it. It's all good, you will eventually get to the ball, but just drop it. And you want to drop it so the club head is like half an inch behind the ball. Pick it up, drop it. This way you develop distance control. Same way when you putt. How far you take it back is how far the ball's going to go. What you don't want is people like this giving it that one. Or when you take it back too far, and then start decelerating the shit out of it into the ball. The way you can practice this, to take your hands out of it, simple. 2 fingers, or let's say 3 fingers. Take your pinkies off. Set up, hit the shot, 3 fingers. Pinkies off, stops this. Pinkies off. And as you can see, the club head goes through, the butt of the club points at my left hip. This is all attached. The last drill, which is what you see everywhere on tour, and you even see Justin Rose doing it quite a bit with his short game. You'll see someone place a towel around their chest, put their arms over it, and hit shots to stay connected. You can do the same thing. A cheating way of doing it, grab your shirt, leave them connected, and practice just with your shirt forward. That way you don't look like a muppet on the range, and people don't see your weaknesses. You'll see Justin Rose before he hits every shot, pull that out, because he wants to hold that against his body through impact. It's a good little cheating thing, and I did it all the way through Pennants this year. For those of you who think you can hit the spinny shot, number 1, you can't. Number 2, what will happen most of the time when you try and play that shot is you'll either get spin when you don't want it, or get no spin when you do want it. What you're looking for here is predictability, especially when you're in the middle sort of handicap setup. You just want to be able to hit the same shot day in, day out, and the same result. Backspin for a mid-marker is sort of like an ugly bloke getting laid. He doesn't know why it happened, but he's going to tell everybody about it. So what we want is just predictability, because when you're a mid-marker, what you can't do is turn a golf hole into a 30 or 40 metre par 4. You've got to get up and 2 putts on everything and up and down every now and then. As soon as you start turning the 30 metre shots into par 4s, you may as well just hand them the hole, because you're relying on them to fuck up to come and get you. Cool? Good. Ignore the spin. If you play this shot and play it well, you'll be able to hit something like a 54 or a 56 degree, say 80% of the way, and it'll just slow down. It just has a bit of spin on it, nothing too much. It sort of stops, gets a bit of grip, and then rolls out. So, recap. Number 1, open the fucking club face. Right, just open it. Just trust me, just open it. I guarantee you're not going to open it enough. Open the bitch. Because the more you open it, the more you get to work with the back of the club face, which is going to give you spin and height, which is what everybody wants with a wedge shot. Open the fucking club face. Number 2, set up, inside your shoulders, fan the front foot, let your body move to the front, drop your right foot back a couple of inches. Your weight will stay forward. The last part, get close to the ball. elbow pits out, weight forward, maintain the Y. If you guys can master that, if you have any questions, please send me a note on WhatsApp. I'll happily help anyone who wants to help with it. I'll even come down to the range if you're close, or even at Mona Vale next time we go to show you how it's done. But it is by far the easiest way to chip, and there's nothing new. It's just all the pros have been doing because we could grind the back of the wedges down. All right, last bit. These will be the excuses, and there'll be enough of them. Number one, when I stand close to the ball, I feel I'm going to shank it, and that is by far the most. The reason you shank is twofold. This hip comes out, and you get the hosel, or this arm drives. That's what shanks come from. More than often, it's using the legs, because as soon as you use the legs, it pushes the elbows and right-hand side out. You're just too close to it. By having you over the ball, I should be able to take most of that out of the way, because you're not moving any of your hips until after you hit it. And even then, you're hardly moving it at all. So number one, I feel like I'm going to shank it, is a crock of shit. If you still feel like that way, take the same setup, open the club face, and just try and hit it in the toe. You'll find it'll make fuck all difference. The ball will go just as good, and you'll hit it nicely. But in your head, hitting it out of the toe takes it away from the hosel. And if it's in your head that you're going to hit the hosel, you're going to find some way to hit the hosel, because some of you guys are gifted that way. Second one, too close and too far over it. How do you know if you're too far close? Eye line. Let's grab this ball here. If you stand over the ball and set up, put this below your nose, drop it, you want your head to be in line with the ball. The only time you're too close is if you're over it and the ball drops in front of the ball in front of you. You can't be over the ball this way. You can be here, here, and here, but never here. You want to have your head over that ball as much as possible. The reason we do this is because I can take your body out of the shot. And when you're sitting there with 25 people watching you, and this one's for the Convict Cup, and you're standing up like this going, it's over. So stand up close, and it's just like a straight arm putt. See how close my forearms are? Lean them forward, hit the shot. You can play it all day, every day. It's predictable. The ball will come out high, it will come out soft. It will not scoot.